Yo, good morning, my people. What's up, world? It's Tuesday, July 15th, and I want to thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ because with Him, all things is possible. Top of the morning, all my kings and queens out there getting ready to travel or coming from wherever you're coming from. Please arrive where you're going safe or wherever you're coming from. If you have a doctor's appointment, if you're going to court, going to the gym for a workout, leaving from vacation, coming back from vacation, wherever it is that you're going, please arrive there safe. I hope everybody's feeling blessed, appreciated, and thankful for seeing another day and knowing with Him all things is possible. Oh, y'all, I'm back, y'all. I miss coming back on stream, y'all. Sometimes it seems like I do a little too much for them, and they got to put me in timeout. But it is what it is. But top of the morning to all y'all, man. Morning chop ups, baby. Yeah, we back. We here. Um, Before I actually get today started, um, as you can see, if you looked at for you guys is following or subscribe to the channel, Thursday, I wanted to tell y'all there's going to be a very interesting day. Thursday's going to be very interesting. Why is Thursday going to be interesting? Because even though it's fight week, everyone knows that Thursdays are my throwback boxing talks. And this Thursday is probably going to be the most important one I have ever done. What's going to make this one important is we got two gentlemen that we're going to be talking about that meant a lot to the sport of boxing. Um, First, we're going to start our morning off with a guy that I never got to talk about. I was supposed to talk about him a minute ago, but Sonny Liston. And then we're going to come back later on in the afternoon at 6:15 to talk about Jack Johnson. So if anybody's around Thursday, we're going to get into that. And while we're getting into that, I'm just letting everybody know now. Do not come talking about any Canelo or Crawford. I don't want to hear it. We're not talking about this past Friday or Saturday fights. I didn't spoke about that Sunday and yesterday, so those talks are over. Even though week is a new fight week, we are going to address that probably Friday. I'm going to try to get to everything. But as far as this past week's fights, I'm done with that. It's over with. It's quiet. And Canelo and Crawford, we're not going to keep doing that, right? So we'll get to that some other time. We got September 13th to keep talking about that. So sorry if that's what y'all want to keep doing, but we're not doing that over here. So it's the morning chop ups. In case y'all don't know what the morning chops up is, we speak about different stuff. Not so much with boxing, but we just different stuff in life. All right, so let's get to it. So for my newcomers, my regulars, everyone, welcome to the No Dump Zone podcast. Let's go. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend that morning show. This is one of the best morning shows around, baby. So looking to have some great conversation and you're looking to hear stuff that you usually don't hear, this is where you need to be. All right. It's been a minute since I've done my word of the days. Sometimes it's hard for me to think of a word of the day. Challenge. Challenge. It's the word of the day. You have to challenge yourself. I think in life we spend too much time trying to challenge others. Everything in life seems to be a seems to be competition with everybody. And the crazy thing about it, we want to challenge everybody. What about challenging yourself? Um, Taking chances, not knowing how good you really are or what you can do if you don't get out there and challenge yourself. Now, what made me think about this is, this is stuff I always think about, but as I'm sitting around and I'm thinking about how, I don't want to use boxing terms, but I'm thinking how when we go put in for our credentials and sometimes we get denied and we go, you know what, you can't give up, you got to keep doing it. It takes a lot of work. It wasn't up until really yesterday. I had to sit and think, and I said, you know what, you're going to have to challenge yourself, which means you're going to have to create your own credentials. Challenging yourself is not a bad thing. Good morning to my favorite couple, the Freeze. What's up, y'all?
What's good? Whoa.
Tired as tired as hell. Just got up at 7:30, man. I was like, Tiff was like, yo, it's 7:30. I'm like, yo, I hate getting up. I like to get up a couple minutes before to get myself up to move around, but I made it in time. But I'm good. I'm good
Yeah.
though.
Everything is in full effect. Hotel's been booked. We will be there.
Whoa, whoa, sir. Hotels booked for what?
What you think, nigga? What do you
Man,
got
I was
planned?
only playing when I said I wanted you to come up here, man. I wanted Dream up here, bro, not you. Damn.
Without me, it ain't gonna be no dream. Cause Vicky ain't driving, and his mother don't drive.
But let Dream drive. Hell, Dream to drive, give him the car. I got to see Dream,
Yeah,
man.
we'll be there on the 14th.
Oh, so you'll be here that Thursday.
Yeah, we're gonna be Thursday through Sunday. So we're gonna be in Dobbs Ferry.
Mac, what up?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're going to the Hilton. We're going to the Hilton in Dobbs Ferry.
Damn, I ain't been that way in a minute. Dobbs Ferry. That's
I ain't been to
crazy.
Dobbs Ferry in a minute either. Dobbs
I
Ferry,
ain't been there in
it's
a
been a
minute. Damn,
it's
Free,
been
you
a
just brought back some memories.
it,
I ain't been there
it,
since shit. My pops probably took me over that way, man. That's crazy.
I ain't been to Dobbs Ferry in probably about 25, maybe 30 years.
Damn, you old dude. I didn't
No,
find
I
you at
take
the.
it back. It's been
Yeah,
about
I
20.
didn't.
It's been about 25 years. It's been about 25 years since I've been to Dobbs Ferry.
Yeah, I was there, man. I was there. I was sitting up at the top. Yeah, so like I said, you have to I learned you had to challenge yourself. So instead of me waiting to get credentials, I started saying to myself, you know what? When I mean you have to create your own credentials is when you trying to go places and you're trying to do things, you're gonna have to find your own way of doing it versus waiting for somebody to tell you that it's okay to go do it. Perfect example, not to get on boxing, but I was like, because I'm not, we don't talk about that in the morning, but so I said, when these fighters pull up to the city, sometimes you got to go to the airport. You got to find out what time they coming in. You got to find out what hotel they stay in. Sometime if you're trying to get that interview or whatever, um, you got to create your own shit. And that's what I learned to do. So yeah, that's what I'm learning to do. Just to create my own credentials and you know what I mean, make my own way. So even though that's something that I know I could have did already, but that's what I'm going to start doing versus sweating these people for it, because these people are unbelievable. They're going to treat you any kind of way, and that's one thing we can't have in life. We can't have people doing that to us. So we just have to create our own credentials, man, and make our own way. Uh, Free, what's up though, man?
Ain't nothing. What you up here chopping about today?
Nah, I'm just talking about, I always getting back to my word of the days and all that, man. I was just saying how you have to challenge yourself to do things, man. We spend a lot of time challenging other people, and I don't mean far as like fighting and all that. I'm just talking about far as doing things. Like, even when it comes to credentials with me, I'm like, you know what? I got to start making my own way and stop waiting for them to give me credentials, which means, when these fighters is pulling up in the city and you can't get inside the venue, you gotta either be outside the venue or you have to be at the hotel, or shit. If you know what time they coming in on their flight, you got to pull up to the airport. Be the first one to catch their ass coming off. You understand what I'm saying? But it wasn't just like a boxing term. It's anything in life, not just boxing. You gotta challenge yourself. I feel like we spend a lot of time just challenging each other, and I'm like, that's cool and all, but you got to make sure you're doing what you got to do for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes that's like being like a paparazzi staking out the daggone hotel and planes and all that. That's like being like paparazzi. This
um,
ain't this this ain't TMZ over here. Mm.
no, not like that. I don't. And it's crazy because you wouldn't be the only one doing it, because one person get a whiff of it, two people, then it's like five, it's like 20 people but what I'm basically saying is, you don't want to be out harassing nobody and staking out, but you just got to create your own lane. You know what I'm saying? You have to do your own thing, because we was just, me and my man Jose, we was just speaking about that yesterday, about how when it comes to putting in these credentials, how they treat you. And he was on the same type of timing as me, as, what, we got to go do our own thing, which we've been doing our own thing, but we just got to continue to do it and not wait for them to tell us that it's okay. Because now a lot of the sport of boxing is changing, and how they handle credentials is much different now. So, they really picky and choosy. So, but
Yeah,
that's,
it's getting to the point where they only choosing the people that they know.
yeah, yeah. It's crazy because
Wh-
they can
I
choose you
find
today.
it,
They
yeah,
can choose you
I
today.
find it dumb.
Huh?
I said I find it dumb because
Uh,
you want the sport to get big. Why not have as many reporters or content creators there as you can possibly have? If you got a seat for 150 people in the spot where you're gonna have a press conference, why only have 30 people there? Why not have the whole joint packed out?
um, that's something that I ask myself every day, and I always have conversations with that with some of my brothers up here. We talk about that. I'll tell you, the crazy thing is, right? They'll have you like this week. They'll have you for all the stuff, and you thinking I'm good. They had me for this week, and then the next one you ain't there, and then you start to find out you ain't there at the one after that, and you like, wait a minute, what the fuck is going on here? Like, oh, did I miss something? Um, so that's why I say, you're gonna have to challenge yourself, man, and just be like, what? I don't need these people permission. I create my own lane. Now, of course, we don't want to stake out and be harassing people, but there's just times you're gonna have to just pull up if you're trying to get that content. Because they're definitely trying to find a way to pause people, or freeze them out, I should say. But like you said, why not have us there? And even the people they know, and and this is gonna sound so foul, Free. This is gonna sound so foul when I say this, but I'm gonna go ahead and say it. Half of them people they got that pull up at these shows ain't that fucking nice. Like, I'm gonna be real, and I ain't talking about personality. I'm not talking about personality neither. Like, like,
Yeah, they be asking some of the weirdest questions. What cars you
dog,
like to drive? What? Why are you asking
dog.
about a car?
Did you hear the dude that asked Alicia? about the Carissa Shields shit, and she had the dub. I'm like, she's a heavyweight. Next. If you looked at her
Right.
reaction, it was like next.
And I like
These are the,
when when the dude asked, I think it was the dude that asked Jamel about a car or something like
I
that. And
was
I was
there.
like,
I
why
was
are
I
you
was
asking
on
about a car and this man about to fight?
I was on stage when he asked that. I was on stage when he asked that, and I just so happened to look at him. And these are the fools that they let on. These are the fools that they let on. My thing is this now, somebody's gonna say, well, we never heard you ask no questions. That's because I'd rather not ask no questions than ask a stupid. See, they'll tell you in school no question is stupid unless you really know the answer to it. But my thing is, I don't ask any questions because I don't have none. When I do, believe me, they're gonna have to be legit. They don't have to be perfect, but they got to be legit. But they get on these stages, man. These are the idiots. These are the idiots that they give the invites to. Why? Because they look at their channels and they see how many subscribers they got. Oh God, we gotta have this guy. Look at all the subscribers he has. Like that makes him having a whole bunch of subscribers don't make you the shit.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, a lot of times people don't ask questions because they was going to ask the same question that somebody else asked. A lot of
Somebody
times
already
you,
asked.
yeah, a lot of times you hear the same question two or three times coming from two or three different people.
And 9 times out of 10, the person who is asking the question, you'll get mad with them because you'll be like, damn, he just stole my question.
Right.
I didn't know you was asking that. I didn't know that. And it'd be crazy because when they ask these questions, right, Free, it don't have nothing to do with the damn fight. Such and such popped up for PEDs. What do you think about that?
Yeah.
What is
That's
he
why
supposed to think about that?
a lot of times if you watch when we do our interviews, I sit back sometimes because either Thomas or Sock will ask a question that I was thinking about asking. So I won't say anything. They be like, Free, you got anything to say? Then I think of something else to say because a lot of times they ask the question that I was thinking about.
Yeah. So I'm like, you got to challenge yourself to just do other shit, man. You know what I'm saying? That way, even if you ask the question, nobody else is around. At least by the time somebody else asks that question, you already asked it already, but you wasn't around 30 people when you asked it. But yeah, the whole thing is, you have to do that because I just sit back free and I look at it. My friend Jose, when we was on the Instagram, he had expressed how he felt about that, about them doing that, and I'm just sitting there like, y'all invite these dudes like, and granted, right? I noticed something about some of these dudes. These dudes don't really do any boxing content until it's time for some boxing. Like these dudes ain't sitting home like we doing, or you know what I'm saying? Like I mean, the going is one thing, and the sitting home and not going to a fight is one thing, right? It's always an argument between that. But we not only do it at home, but we actually go to events, and then I'm sitting there like, am I missing something? This
I
is
had a
crazy.
I had a dude say that to me before. He was like, man, I went to your channel. You don't even be talking about boxing. How you say you know more boxing than I know or whatever have you? I said
What?
you looked at the last couple of videos that I put out. I said go back and look at my page
Is
again
he is
and
he
go
is he
all the
new?
way to the
Is he
beginning.
was he new to your channel? Was he new to the channel?
Yeah, he was new to my channel.
All right, then. So he need to be quiet.
He had
So
just
hold
subscribed.
on. For that person, he needs to be quiet because you need to look at my videos before you say anything. Look at my
Oh
videos.
man,
Don't look at some of them.
that's what I thought. I said you need to go back and look at my channel. I said because if you look at the first 300 or 300, no, actually the first 400 some videos I put up because I got 444, 445 videos. If you look at the first 400 videos, it's all boxing. I
Yeah,
said the last 40 been about football, but the first 400 been about all boxing. So
these
I'm like,
dudes are.
I said, you got to go back and look at my channel. I said,
I
I
hate.
just switched over to football because everybody's talking about boxing. Everywhere I go, they're talking about boxing. So I don't see nobody talking
Exactly.
about
That's
football.
why. That's why. Like I tell people, that's why for the morning chop ups, I go, man. We don't talk no boxing, man. I'm just speaking on now about us having to challenge ourselves in anything we do, not just the boxing term, but we all just got to challenge ourselves. Yeah, man. You know, these dudes that come on and be like, how you know this and how you know that? Before y'all run your mouth, check. Do your homework.
I said, even though you might not see me talking boxing on my channel anymore, I be on a lot of other channels talking boxing. I be on a lot of other channels talking boxing.
Some of these dudes are really thinking in their mind that I don't know what to say to some of I don't know what to say to some of y'all, man. I really don't. Y'all don't be knowing shit. Y'all gonna question what another man know and what another man do, but what you doing?
Yeah. That's why I don't. I mean,
What you doing?
some people don't understand how this thing goes. They they
Because
just
they
go
not
by
out here. Listen,
what
people are
they
not
see.
out here challenging themselves. They too busy out here challenging you. And this is the reason why I made that the word of the day. Y'all ain't even challenging yourself, but y'all got the nerve to sit up here trying to question what somebody else is doing. What are you doing?
That's
What are
why
you
a
doing?
lot of people. That's why I said a lot of people don't do any research. They just go by what somebody else say, and they, oh well, I heard this. You heard this because another content creator said it. Did you do the research and find out if that's really what it was? Because
Yeah,
I'm almost certain that you didn't. The same way a lot of people was running with what happened with Tank recent issue that he got going on. Did y'all do the research to find out exactly what's going on? Because a lot of y'all just running from what y'all heard. I said because if you did the
They-
research, you'll realize it ain't what y'all think it is.
yeah.
Because the research from what I've been doing, he was the one that was being attacked. That's
You know
why
what?
it took so long for anything to come out about this. He was the one that
He
was being
don't.
attacked.
He,
So
people don't.
I'm
People
like,
don't. People don't.
it's a lot to it.
People don't care. People don't care. They really don't care. They really don't, man. They don't. They ain't doing nothing but being a bunch of D riders. That's all you got out here is a
I just
bunch of
tell
D
people all the
riders.
time. They be like, "Oh, what you think?" I don't, I don't think nothing about it. I gotta hear all of the facts first before I make a judgment.
I'm, well, you know, when
Because
they ask me
it's
that, I get
always
to the
two
point.
sides to a story. I'm not gonna just go off of what she's saying or off of what he's saying. I gotta hear both sides, and I can fit the picture. I can fit the puzzle together. They,
Yeah,
neither one of them gonna tell you the exact thing that happened. They're gonna give you bits and pieces. But when you take bits and pieces from one side, take bits and pieces from the other side, you can piece together what they're leaving out.
yeah. You know how that goes, Free. You know, people. These dudes don't have enough common sense to be their own person and research and do all that. I mean,
I mean, the reason why people don't challenge themselves nowadays is because we live in a microwave age. That everybody wants things right then and there. If it's easier for me to go over here and somebody show me how to do it, or somebody do it for me, why I need to challenge myself? I could just go get the answers real quick.
yeah, people don't
Challenge
challenge.
myself.
They don't. They don't.
Challenge.
They don't do it when they see something's not working. Oh, I gotta go over here because this would be the easiest way to do it. Versus you saying, okay, let me challenge myself at this.
Why I gotta challenge myself? You challenge yourself so that way, if there is nobody around to show you how to do it, you already know how to do it because you already did it for yourself.
Yeah, yeah,
It's like the old saying say, I can give somebody a fish and it'll last them for a day, or I can teach them how to fish and it'll last them a lifetime.
yeah, yeah. Um, so that even goes for me. And I told myself, I said, all right, brother, you can't keep talking about this and keep talking about that. You're gonna have to get out there and push yourself. You're gonna have to get out there and challenge yourself. You got to do whatever it is that you got to do to uplift your brand and just to uplift you alone. So But a lot of these cats, they don't know shit about challenging themselves. But they'll go back and forth with you all day, challenging you. And I don't understand that. You ain't even got enough confidence to get out there and stand on your own too. But you want to go back and forth with me. Make that make sense. But yeah, that's the kind of shit that we deal with, Free. What can we do, man? This shit has been going on probably since the day that we walked into this. It's only got worse.
Yeah.
You ever sat back sometime and you just wondered, where the fuck did some of these dudes come from? You ever just took the time to sit and think about that? Like, yo, where, not about who raised y'all, but where the fuck did y'all come from?
Like I said, I noticed as of recently, a lot of these people that I be talking to on YouTube or talking to on Instagram, or not even Instagram, it's mainly
Oh, all right, hold on, y'all. Oh,
my bad, my bad.
now you good.
A lot of these people I talk to on Instagram, they're in their early 20s. I'm like, dog, how can you talk to me about something and you haven't even seen enough yet?
Yeah,
Like, I'm like, you talking to me about something that you only been watching for the last 10 years because you only 25, so I know you wasn't paying attention to it when you was 15. I know you wasn't paying attention until you was about 15. You wasn't paying attention to boxing at the age of 8 years old. You was paying attention to boxing when you got old enough to understand what was going on.
yeah, yeah.
You might have
Well,
saw boxing on TV, but you wasn't paying attention to boxing.
and just because you saw it on TV, that don't mean you understood it. You know, I don't go back. I'm definitely not going back and forth with them. Like you, like I don't want to call them babies, but because you know they're young people, they still grown. But I don't even entertain them.
What's going on, AB? What's going on,
I
Josh?
don't, I don't give them. I don't give them no conversation. Um, and I noticed that it'd be a lot of the older ones too. Be a lot of the
Yeah.
older ones. I'd be like, yo, y'all out here sounding like the youngins, man.
That's why I like is a couple of guys that don't know me, or I go to a channel and it'd be a guy that come on and never talked to me before, and they be talking to me like I'm a youngin, and they be like, "Oh, I've been watching boxing, this, and that." And I was like, "Okay, what that got to do with anything?" Oh, you see, y'all youngins that y'all don't understand it. I said, first of all, I ain't young. Oh man, I'm old enough to be your father. I said, well, if you old enough to be my father, you must be 70 because I'm not as young as you think I am.
That's a fact.
Unless you're 70, you're not old enough to be my father.
Exactly. So if exactly. Like they be
Unless you're
thinking, I'm
70,
old.
you're not old
But
enough to be my father.
what does age got to do with what we talking about?
Right.
This is what I'm
And
be talking about.
and
These
then they
fools
then they
be running
realize they realize I'm right around their age. I'm like, now you understand.
around. Well, first of all, you stupid for assuming you knew my age anyway.
I
You
mean,
stupid for
you already
assuming that.
know most people assume that I'm young because I don't look my age. When they hear that
I
I'm
mean that's
49, they be
I
like,
mean
"Damn,
that's cool.
I didn't know you was that old. I thought
I
you was."
appreciate I be appreciating the compliment, but I'm not your age, bro, or I'm not as young as you think I am. But I don't understand what this age have to do with what the fuck we talking about, though. That's what
Yeah,
pisses me off. What does that have to do with that? Like, I don't get it. That has nothing to do with it. If we're talking about something, age has nothing to do with it.
right.
And just because you watch the sport, that does what that mean? Okay, everybody watches it. So you smarter than me
Mhm.
because you've been on this earth longer than me, or you think you? Like, come on, man. Takes longer than age.
Yeah.
Oh, Josh, what up? Yeah, but yo, man, these dudes are here, man.
Yeah.
Challenge yourself,
That's why I
people.
like see that a lot of people like, oh, free you like arguing. I said no, I don't like arguing. I just like proving people wrong. It's not the arguing that I like. I just like proving people wrong because people automatically think they know what I think. I'm like, dang, if you know what I think, your ass need to be a multi-millionaire because you should be making money. You can read people's mind.
Yeah, yeah,
Ah, but I just like proving people wrong because people always so, assume they know what I'm about, and then they realize, oh, he not about that. Well, you understand if you listen to what I'm saying.
yeah. Well, challenge yourself, people. That's the word of the day. That's all I'm gonna tell y'all. A lot of y'all don't know how to do that. A lot of y'all are old enough where you should know how to do that. You should, and you don't.
I mean,
It's kind of
a lot of y'all could challenge yourself by debating me.
you know what? I wasn't even going. Damn free.
That's one way y'all can challenge yourself debating.
Damn free. I wasn't even trying to go there. God, dog, boy, you hell, man. Damn, you hell, boy, you hell. Damn. But that's true though. That's true though. They be doing that and thinking that makes everything okay. I just whooped you in the debate. How is that? He said, I want to stupid enough who's stupid enough to take the challenge. Yeah, man. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Exactly, John. That's exactly what they do. Let me see who's stupid enough. And that's how they get you. And then they think that they doing something. Because you know what I mean? This is why I don't fall for shit. Like
Right.
when people get into that, when there's a fight or something and people go, who you going for? And I got to a point in life where I'm not going for anybody. I just want to sit back as a fan, right? And just enjoy the fight. I'm more welcome to pick whoever I want to pick, rather the person be black, white, Mexican, or whatever. But if I sit back and I say I'm not picking anybody, I don't need you to look at me as if I got two heads where I have to pick. I don't have to do shit. I don't have to do
Yeah,
nothing.
and this is what I want people to stop doing. I want people to stop assuming you know who I am a fan of. Because I say
Mm,
one thing that you don't agree with, don't just assume that I'm a fan of that person. I'm just giving you what the facts are. I could be a supporter of that person. I could not be a supporter of that person. But don't assume it.
yeah, don't. No, you don't. No, but once again, we're talking about people that'll tell you that you don't know shit about the sport of boxing, but at the same time, they don't know anything. No, I don't know. What's the criteria for being a boxing fan? I don't know for some of these dudes, man.
There is no
I don't
criteria
know.
of being a boxing fan.
I'm just trying to figure out.
It actually, to be honest with you, it's only one criteria of being a boxing fan. You got to like the sport or love the sport. One of the two. You either like the sport or
So,
love the sport.
because the reason why I asked it, because I be trying to figure out sometime where you dudes be coming from.
Those are the only criteria. You got to either like or love the sport. If you don't like or love the sport, then you're not a fan of
But a
boxing.
lot of them for free, a lot of them are not. They only fans of these fighters that look like them.
Yeah, in about
You think every
about
fighter, you think
30 minutes.
yo, check this out, free. This makes a lot of sense. You think every guy, every person that's a fan of Canelo really knows about him? They don't. They just know he Mexican and we going for him. A lot of these people don't know nothing about him. They know nothing. Nothing.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know the guys that he actually fought.
They don't know. They just be. wanting to be center. Yeah, they do want to be center of attention. That's what they do, y'all. I told you, a lot of these dudes ain't never been popular in school. They were never popular in school. You could tell, but you could tell about, and I ain't speaking about the young ones in their 20s. We ain't worrying about them because they still got a lot of growing to do. But a lot of these dudes that be in their 30s, 40s, 50s, 50s, and I say 50s because a lot of these dudes on here on their 50s and acting like they are in their 20s. Um, they just don't be knowing what they talking about, man.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody can have an opinion now. Everybody's allowed to have that. Everybody. But opinions are not facts. I told y'all that the other day. Opinions are not facts.
You can have an opinion, but if you want to sound educated or you want to sound like you know what you're talking about, have your opinion based off of what the facts are.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's something that we all need to start trying to do is to challenge ourselves. Well, I challenge myself all the time. No, you don't. How? A debate ain't that ain't nothing. That's a regular. Have you ever really challenged yourselves? How many? Coming up on YouTube every day is not challenging yourself. Huh? I'm just gonna find somebody to argue with, or I'm gonna stir up I'm gonna stir up something that might not be true. And let me see how many people fall for the bait. You ever seen somebody put something up in the chat, be free,
They
that
did
don't be
what?
true? You ever see somebody put something in the chat that don't be true? And you be like, where did you get that from? He's not
Yeah,
fighting him.
yeah. I see that a lot. I see that a lot. Or somebody
What?
will say something that is not true, and I'm like, dog, where you get that from? Oh, like, dog, I literally heard somebody say something about Antoine that I knew without a shadow of doubt that it wasn't true. I think they said something about what they say. They said something about Antoine. Oh, when they was asking about they had asked about Antoine fighting Boots. And I was like, well, they're in two different weight classes. Antoine fights at 40, Boots fight at 47. He like, oh, well, Antoine could fight Boots. I mean, he fought at 54. I'm like, no, he didn't. He's like, yes, he did. When he first came into the game, he fought at 54. He fought like 4 or 5 fights at 54. I said, dog, no, the hell he hasn't. He like, oh, how you gonna tell me about Antoine? Because that's my family. That's how I'm gonna tell you. Oh, that's your family? Yeah. I'm like, dog, where did you get that? I said, I mean, even if it wasn't my family, you can easily look it up on BoxRec to see what weight class he fought at. The man never fought outside of 140.
Y'all make me sick. Y'all make me sick, man. Y'all make me so sick, man. I promise y'all. That's why that block button is always on standby. Cause I ain't
People
gonna
don't
let
realize
y'all come over here and cause no distraction or no disturbance with y'all buffoonery. Some of y'all don't need to be boxing fans. Just go find something else to go watch. Go find something else, please. Respectfully. Respectfully. Y'all worse than some of these dudes that ask questions that ain't got nothing to do with the fight. Some of y'all worse than them. If some of y'all had got a job to go talk to some of these fighters, some of the questions that y'all would ask would be crazy. You
the
know what I
some
mean? Please.
some people
Why,
just they
why,
they
why,
just want
why,
to
why, why is
they
the
just want
sky
to
blue?
sound smart.
Look, they'll ask questions like, why is the sky blue? Why is water wet? Them type of damn questions.
Um, I don't know. Go sit. Go to a quiet corner. Get on your knees and pray and find out why the sky's blue. Because that's the person that made it. It wasn't
Look,
me.
why is water wet?
Oh, no, if I say the sky is purple, the sky is purple. No, it's not. It's blue. It's blue to you. It's purple to me. How you know I'm not colorblind? It could be purple to me.
They said, why is water wet? I said, is water supposed to be dry? Who washes up in dry water?
I got a question for all you smart people. I got 2 questions for all you smart people that believe you are super smart. What color is a mirror and what color is clear? If you can answer that, you smarter than me. If you can answer that question, you smarter than me. Go challenge yourself and find the answer for that one. Challenge yourself and find the answer for that
one. Yo, dog. Oh shit. Yo, I ain't never heard of no shit like that. Oh, I ain't never heard nothing like that, boy. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, you really
Free, you gotta relax. You gotta relax, Free. You gotta relax, Free. You gotta relax.
Nah, I mean, I'm just saying.
Oh
people swear they smarter than everybody in the world.
Oh,
okay, if you smarter than everybody, what color is clear and what color is the mirror?
He said, "What color is clear?" Oh, I can't stop. Wait a minute. What color is clear? What color is the... Damn. Oh, man. Yo, man, Crush, this dude freeze. Stupid.
I mean, I got another question for you.
Damn.
When you say you got to go out and find yourself, did you get lost? I mean, people say they gotta go out and find themselves. Did they get lost? That's what I want. That's what I want to know.
Oh my God. What color is clear? Oh shit! Oh, every time I look at something clear now, I swear I'm gonna just die. I'm just gonna die like this. But these are the smart guys, right? These are the smart guys that know everything.
I got one last question. If you say that, I mean, how do I want to put this? Let me see how I want to put this question. Because this is going to be a question that a lot of y'all going to sit there and think about it. Y'all going to actually think about it. If you say that this is unexplainable, didn't you just explain it? I'm just asking. If you say this is unexplainable, didn't you just explain it?
Yo, I'm not doing this today. Oh my God. Oh God, this dude freaky. He's like, oh.
I mean, because people say it all the time. They say, man, this is unexplainable.
Did you just explain it? Didn't you just explain that it's explainable? Oh God, these are the dudes, these are the people that never challenge themselves. Because this is what we talking about, the word of the day, challenge. Right now, y'all losing, man. You're losing. It's not a good look, y'all. Y'all go out y'all way to make others look bad when y'all the ones that look bad. So when you're questioning me, Free or Crush or any of us, and you think you're making us look bad in front of the YouTube audience, or you think you're making us look bad in front of whoever, you're making yourself look
You know
bad.
what?
You got to challenge yourself. You got to challenge yourself, man. Crazy, yo.
Yeah.
You got to do that, y'all. Y'all gotta, man. I mean, y'all looking crazy out here, bro. Crazy out here. But these questions that's being asked, we laughing at them, but in real timing,
No.
those questions need to be asked.
Hold on. I just told.
These questions really need to be asked in real life. Straight up. Y'all don't even challenge yourselves, man. And challenge is a real word, man. It's a real word. Not just boxing term, but in life. You got to challenge yourself. I do it every single day. I got to challenge myself, man. Even though I feel like it's sometimes it's a waste because I feel like I'm not getting nothing out of the challenge, but it's just a slow process. But
This dude.
we gotta we gotta do it, y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I'm gonna need y'all to stop challenging my man Free. Miss Fields, good morning, sis.
They
Yeah,
better. Because
yeah,
I got challenges for you.
yeah, man. Like, you know what? Life itself is already a challenge, but people are overlooking that. They overlooking that. Life alone is a challenge. You know what I'm saying? Every time we got to make a decision that we feel like we don't want to make, um, that's a challenge sometimes because you like, I don't want to make this decision. Damn, it's challenging, but I'm gonna have to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Can I ask you a question, Clarence?
Yes, sir.
Why do people say they going to get a house built from the ground up? Can you start from the roof? I'm just saying, can you start building a house from the roof? That's all I want to know. They always say I'm gonna get a house built from the ground up. Can you start building a house from the roof? Let me know.
Yeah, yeah.
I just got questions. I got questions. I got questions.
Yo, I'm not doing this morning. I'm not doing this morning, Free. It's 8:34 in the morning. I'm just not. I'm not doing this with you, bro. What's up, Coach Dean? What's up? What's up? What's up?
What's going on, Doctor
Yeah, Miss
Fields?
Fields. Miss Fields. I ain't got time for him this morning. I don't have time for him this morning, man. I really don't. Your freeze, you build a. Oh man, this is why these morning chop ups are so important, man. You need a laughter in the morning, man. Good morning to everybody out there, though, man. Top of the top to everybody out there, man. We just started talking. The word of the day is challenge, and we're talking about how people need to challenge
Hey,
themselves. And uh,
I will tell you that is a challenge. Start building your house from the roof down. That's a challenge. You would definitely be challenging yourself by start building your house from the roof down. Forget from the ground up. Build from the roof
oh
down.
man,
That's a
yo,
challenge.
listen, man. I'm not playing with you today, bro. I'm really not, man. I'm gonna need you to. Oh man, this is
No,
crazy with free,
but
man.
Am I wrong? Is that not a challenge? Starting your
Yeah,
house from the
that's
roof
a. She said, "Stop, D3. My stomach hurts."
I'm just saying. I mean, that's in my opinion.
Hey,
That's a heck of a
that's
challenge.
that's
If you start
that's
from the roof
that's
down.
that's one hell of a challenge. That's one- Anybody completes that challenge, you a bad mother. You a bad mother. Shit, I ain't met anybody, and I know people who actually build houses in real life. If you can do that, you bad. But on the real note, y'all, challenge yourselves. Don't challenge yourself to do what D3 said, because that's not happening. That's not happening. Yeah, that's definitely not happening. But we're laughing and we're joking, but we're actually being serious to you dudes who don't challenge yourselves, but got the audacity to want to challenge other people. And I don't mean physical. I mean when it comes to this, when it comes to doing what you know is best for you, you don't do it. But y'all use YouTube as saying, I am challenging you. I'm coming up here asking you every question possible that I can ask you, hoping that either I debate you into what I want you to say. That's what y'all do. That's what y'all do. Let me go up here and ask every type of, let me go up here and ask every type of question I can possible, hoping that he falls for what I'm asking him for. I hope he falls for the question. Or you come up here saying whatever it is. The word of the day is challenge yourself. How many of you out there are actually challenging yourself? And don't act like you don't get what I'm saying because I just put it in plain English. How many? You won't do it. Some of y'all won't do it in your household. You won't do it in life, but you'll come on social media trying to challenge somebody. I realized that when it comes to me getting credentials for an event, hell, if I don't get it, I got to challenge myself to go get that content. So if I'm not in the building, hey, if I got to pull up to a hotel, if I got to wherever to see a fighter, whatever type of content I got to get, pull up in the gym, respectfully, I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it by any means necessary. That's the
Mm.
definition of challenging yourself in protection. Yeah, exactly, Miss Fields. And they won't do it. So even though we sitting up here laughing and joking, some of the stuff Free has just said, some of y'all actually need to take the time to think about it. Because how he just asked those questions is really how some of y'all think. Backwards. Sad to say, y'all think backwards. And then think you're doing something when you come on here and say, hey, let me challenge this D3 guy because he doesn't know nothing about boxing. This guy speaks about NFL or he speaks about cooking. What can he possibly know? And y'all think that's a challenge?
They don't know that every time I talk about something else, I put on a different hat. They'll understand that. I got a chef hat when I'm doing cooking. I got my football hat on when I'm doing the NFL, and then I have my boxing matchup hat on when I'm doing boxing. I wear different hats. Do a
I
lot of
mean,
different things.
I thought, but you can't tell that to a bunch of dudes who they don't put on a hat, they don't put on nothing. They just come outside.
Uh, they out this joint free basing.
I mean, I don't know what they doing, but I know they serve no purpose. None of them. But the word of the day is to challenge yourselves, ladies and gentlemen. Even boys and girls, even for the youngest in school. This is not just for adults, even kids. Challenge yourself before you say what you can and can't do. Try it. And if it don't work out, hey, you tried. But challenge it. It's for all the youngins, for all the young kids, man. Don't hold back. Go out there and be great. Go ahead and challenge yourself, man. For that, I don't for the 8-year-old, 9-year-old, 10-year-old, 11-year-old, 12-year-old, go challenge yourself, man. Come outside and want to challenge others in order to take focus off of their self. That's exactly what they're doing, Miss Fields. I just spoke about that before you came up about how they're challenging everybody in America who won't challenge themselves.
Well, true.
But for the young,
I
but
got I
for the
I
young
challenge
kids,
myself. I challenge myself every single day. I got a full-time job that I work, and I do football and I do boxing. That's a challenge in itself.
that's a challenge. First of all, that's a challenge in itself. Then you have to still be a father, a grandfather. Still got to take care of your wife. I mean, shit. But for
Tell
any
them,
other man, they would have been like, man, I want to drive to the bar. I want to drive
man,
about 30 miles from where I live. I need a break from everybody. I need to get the hell up out of here. I
man.
need time for myself.
And I'm not just an employee. I'm a vice president. So I got
That's a challenge.
I
That's a
got
bigger challenge.
roughly I got roughly 500 officers under me.
Yeah. Yeah, man. It's a lot. So before y'all go questioning what somebody does or what's their position, you're trying to challenge what it is that they do and what they say. Check yourself. What they say, before you go try to clean somebody's backyard, make sure yours is straight. Go clean your backyard. Don't worry about what the hell going on in mine. Why my
I'ma whoop
grill
y'all
bigger than
ass.
your grill? Don't worry about that.
Y'all better stop before I beat your ass.
Check and challenge your damn self. Exactly. Check and challenge yourself, Miss Fields. Oh, why is my grill bigger than your grill? Why are you worried about that? Worry about your backyard. Correct. Fix
Oh,
your
when, when you say grill, I thought you were talking about the fronts. I was about to say because your teeth bigger. I wasn't even thinking about barbecue grill. I was thinking about front.
Cause your teeth bigger.
My bad, my bad. That was my fault.
Hold
I was
on.
thinking
He
about
said,
I was thinking about something else. That was my fault.
cause your teeth bigger.
Miss Phil said me too. She thought the same thing.
I'm sorry, y'all. I meant barbecue grill.
Oh, oh my bad.
Oh, oh shit.
I wasn't. Barbecue grill was far from my mind. I was not thinking about barbecue grill.
He said, cause your teeth bigger. Oh, oh. Yo. Oh, goddamn, my stomach, boy. Oh. Oh, Miss Fields, you talk about your damn stomach. I can't breathe right now. D3 got my damn stomach. And I got a doctor's appointment this morning. He got my damn stomach shot right now.
Uh,
Oh my God. God
that's
damn
what
it.
that's what I was thinking about.
Woo.
I was thinking about the grill to go in your mouth. I wasn't even thinking about barbecue grill.
Yo, let me get it together. Let me get it together. Cause Free got me on some other shit right now. No, but they always seem to, like Miss Phil say, take focus off what's going on with them to focus on you.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the thing is, people people always try to cover up what they really feel. They never want to come out and say what's really the issue. They try to find a way around it. People try to sugarcoat it instead of just coming out and saying what the issue is. There's nothing wrong coming out just saying what the issue is. You ain't got to sugarcoat it. Sometimes sugarcoating the issue is not what's best. You gotta just come out and say what it is. Because when you sugarcoat the issue, you're gonna get a daggone you're not gonna get the response that you want, or you're not gonna get the response that you're looking for. You come out and say what the actual issue is. Sometimes it's good to be blunt. It's good to be
Yeah,
blunt sometimes, because that's the only way they could take you serious at that time. When you just be blunt about the situation, it's the only time they could probably take you serious. Especially like a person like me, because I laugh and joke a lot. Only time you can take me serious is when I'm being straight up honest with you, and I'm gonna be blunt about what I'm saying. Because if I come out and say it any other type of way, you might take it as a joke, because I laugh and joke and play a lot. So you might
yeah,
take it as a joke. So sometimes you just have to be straight up blunt about the situation.
yeah. Um, yeah, yeah. It be like that, but yeah. Yeah. It's funny because I'm always in situations like that. And being blunt is not being cocky. Some of y'all will take it the wrong way because it's not like they say. It's not what you say; it's how you say it. But sometimes when you're trying to be straight up with somebody, you gotta be straight up with them. You're not trying to hurt their feelings or embarrass them or whatever or make them feel bad in front of people, but you gotta let people know off the rip this is what it is. Even when you're talking to a friend of yours, you know what I mean? And and if somebody's your friend, then you gotta tell them exactly what it is that you feel. But yeah, life itself, free, already. Life itself is a
Trouble.
challenge. But he said, Josh, I don't feel bad. I have a tooth. Wait a minute, who's this saying this? Oh, Miss Fields. Since forever, yeah, yeah. But yeah, like I said, life is a challenge itself every day for us. The only people who are not challenges themselves is people who already done gave up on their life. The people who just don't care. Um, but for us to actually want something in life, um, and we know that it's not going to be given to us, we got to go out there and do something about it. Um, I always say, when I get monetized, I said that's a challenge, right? Because being monetized is a challenge. It's a challenge because you're not going. That's not going to just happen overnight. So, but you have to keep making sure you work to accomplish that goal. It's a lot of work, but you got to do it, right? It's a challenge yourself. Speaking of that, y'all make sure y'all go subscribe to my brother D Free. Um, I believe that free, you're not far away from getting monetized, right? What are the numbers like now? We haven't talked. What's the numbers like?
I'm 81 away.
81 away. You hear that, ladies and gentlemen? 81 subscribers away. Go help my brother D Free. Go subscribe to him, man. While you over there, you go subscribe to BBO and all the rest of my brothers is out there pushing. Let's help everybody get to where it is that they need to be. All the good channels that's out there. Let's help everybody get to where they need to be, man. Um, you know, telling other people to subscribe to other people's channel, you probably wouldn't say that's not a challenge, but it is. It is because so many of us are so focused. Is D Free on X? What you mean? Is he on X, Miss Fields? What do you mean? What do you mean, like Xbox? Is that what you asking? I don't know. She said, "Oh, you on X?"
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm on X. I'm on X. I think I'm
Okay.
under. Matter of fact, what is my X name? Hold on one second. I'll tell you what I am. Hold
Yeah.
on one second.
Yeah. Yeah. Telling people to subscribe to other people sometimes is a challenge because You know,
Oh, my X is dfree2816.
because we're so worried about having all the subscribers that we don't be want to tell people to go to subscribe to other people's Twitter. Okay. Oh, I didn't. Oh, okay, Miss Fields. You know what? I didn't even think of that, and I've seen it like that. Okay. Somebody told me I need to get on that, but I don't know. Twitter be crazy sometimes. That's a challenge itself. Twitter. Jesus.
Yeah, that's how I get a lot of the information from boxing. I get a lot of insight from that. Some of the
You got
stuff that
kicked
I
off
hear.
X. How the hell did you get kicked off
Appreciate it.
X, Crush?
Appreciate it. Huh?
Crush, Crush went over there challenging everybody, and they kicked X. X went over there. Hold on, Crush. You went over there challenging everybody, then kicked you off. Damn,
Yeah, no,
Crush.
they can block you on X too.
He said they petty. Yeah, well, you know, it's sad. That's why I don't even bother to go because it's sad. You want to voice your opinion about something, and then, like I just said, people will get you into a debate or whatever, and then you say something, and then next thing you know, you off. Yeah, I remember you said it's your fifth YouTube channel. That's crazy though. It's crazy, man. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, these people out here are weird, man. These people out here are weird because you don't know who's blocking you. You don't know who's doing it. You just know that you're being thrown off. Your channel's being reported. Your page is being reported.
Yeah, I mean
It's sad,
that's
man.
why that's why I try to be straight up with a lot of the stuff that I talk about. That's why I try to tell tell my brothers on uh uh, 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 Sports Talk Network, we gotta be genuine and we gotta be truthful about what we say because you
Yeah,
never know who's listening in. Even though we might know that we're joking around, the people that's listening in doesn't know that we're joking around, or
no,
they might not know that we're joking around. So you gotta
no.
understand, it's not just you're not just talking to us. You're talking to everybody that's listening in or everybody that might see your video because
Yeah.
we might be joking amongst each other. We know that it's an inside joke, but that's the reason why it's called an inside joke. We the only ones that know. The people on the
Um,
outside don't know that's a joke.
yeah. I always, that's why I always try to break down and explain what it is I'm saying when I'm saying it because, like I said, some people don't, you know, because you have so many people on social media saying so much crazy stuff. They're so used to it, so now they like, oh, these dudes are just like these other dudes, and it's like, no, 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 no. That was an inside joke, but I could explain to you what I mean, so y'all won't think that we're trying to, you know what I mean? Because we're never up here trying to hurt anybody's feelings. We're never up here trying to make people feel some kind of way. If we make you feel any kind of way, it's because maybe what we're saying might be true. Because we're never purposely up here trying to hurt people's feelings, but the truth has to be brought to the front. It has to, because it's too much sugarcoating. It's too much buddy shit going on. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, you're not up here trying to hurt nobody's feelings or make anybody feel any kind of way. But you gonna get the truth. You gonna get this work. You gonna get this work though. Please believe that. We're not up here sugarcoating nothing. You gonna get that work. But yeah, like you said, people don't understand if you're serious or not.
Yeah.
They don't know if you're playing. So a lot of things have to be, as he should. Uncle, where you go, keep your foot on it. Yeah, gotta keep your foot on their necks out here, man. We don't, we love doing what we do, man. We're not shit starters. We're not out here picking and poking.
I
We're
mean,
just saying,
just to
back.
be just to be on YouTube and have content every day or whenever you come on, you gotta love it because it's not easy doing being a content creator. It's
Hell
just
no.
as much work as working at a regular job because you gotta do research. If you want to be a credible content creator, you gotta do research. You gotta go find the stories that everybody is talking about, or the stories that you want people to know about. You got to go do the research and have the facts about what you're talking about. It's not easy being a content creator, because if it was, everybody would be monetized. If it was easy to be a content creator, everybody will be monetized. It's not easy. You gotta be consistent at what you do, and you gotta be credible, because nobody wants to go to a channel or be subscribed to a channel that every time they come out and say something, they go back and look and find out that they was lying or they was wrong. Nobody want to be subscribed to an individual like that. So now they're like, oh, I'm not subscribing to him. Every time he turn around, he wrong. This man always apologizing because he was wrong. That's why I say sometimes it's best to hold off on the story till you find all the facts. Once you find out all the facts, you ain't got to be the first one with the story. You just got to be the one with the truth to the story. That's all it is. You just got to be the one with the truth to the story. You ain't got to be the first one to break the story. But when you do come out with the story, just make sure you have all your facts lined up.
I think people are just so quick to put something out. They were so thirsty to be the first ones. And just because you put it out first, I don't mean you right. Because if that story or whatever you putting out is not correct, you never hear me just put some shit out and like, I don't just do that. There ain't one time I could just put some shit out. If I say something, it's because, yeah, it's facts. I either read it or if it was told to me. Or if somebody said, hey, this fight is about to happen, but don't say anything. Like, I knew about both of the big babies before they put that out in public. When it was told to me, don't say anything. They still in the middle of, all right, cool, I got you. I wasn't quick to run the social media. Sources says both of the big babies, I didn't do all that. It was already told to me. So when it got put out to the public and people were DMing me like, what you think about that? I said, word? That's crazy.
Like, I remember we had a discussion a couple of days ago on a channel with BBO, and they asked me my opinion on a situation, and I didn't have all of the facts. And I said, well, I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't have all of the facts, or I didn't hear the story. So based off of what you say, this is what I believe. Based off of what you're saying, I'm not saying that this is what's going on or this is what happened. I'm going based off of what you said. And so I do that. I try to be even across the board. And it doesn't matter if I like the person or I dislike the person. It's a matter of being correct when you talk about them. Because even if you like the person and you're incorrect, people not going to understand what you're saying. Or if you dislike the person and you incorrect, they're going to look at you, oh, you just a hater, because you're not telling the truth. You don't like the person, so everything that you're saying is not the truth. So you just a hater. So that's why I try to stay consistent across the board, regardless if I like the person or I don't like the person. And I tell people all the time. I know people hear me say it all the time. It's about being consistent. It doesn't matter whether you like the person or not. It's about being consistent. Because when you're consistent, people can look at what you say and they're like, you know what? I could take D Free at his word, because I know he's consistent on this topic. He's consistent with everybody, whether he like the person or not. It doesn't matter. I'm gonna stay consistent. If I feel somebody's moving a certain way and I feel this way about it, if another person that I actually like move that same way, I gotta say it the same as I said about the person that I don't like.
Yeah. And like I said, we're still growing. We're still growing as content creators. And a lot of people don't want to admit that because they figured out, hey, I got this shit locked. I'm perfect at what I do, and I know what I'm doing. But mistakes can still be made on here. You can still have a few hiccups. I don't care if you've been doing this for 10 years. There's still some hiccups. There's still going to be where you're going to trip up. And you're going to say some things that you might have not meant to say, because we're human and things happen. But I always stress that being a content creator is never easy. Y'all had to talk me into getting on here, man. Come on, man. I mean, y'all were talking to me for a minute about coming on the tube, and I was like, man, I don't want nothing to do with YouTube because I ain't got time for these trolls. I'm not on that type of timing. I'm not on that type of timing. I don't want to do it. I don't want to have nothing to do with it. But I have to thank y'all for doing it because it opened some doors.
Most definitely, Miss Phil. Most definitely.
This part of life doesn't become a mistake until you keep doing this. Yeah, yeah. Well, what I be my mistakes is also is that sometimes we get so deep into our feelings, we start to become like the trolls that we talk about, and we have to catch ourselves. We have to catch ourselves and go, you know what? That's not me. Hold on. Let me not. You know what I'm saying? Because your job is not to come up here to really entertain the trolls. We want other people that we tell to subscribe to our channel. We want them to be able to come over, not just because we're looking for subscribers. Because we always tell them, if you're looking for a good channel to come to where you can talk about football and basketball and baseball and music, movies.
And that's what I try to tell people a lot too. I say, you gotta understand, this is a channel that you're trying to build. What are you trying to build your channel off of? If you want your channel, if you want your channel to be a boxing channel, then base it off of boxing and be truthful in what you speak about. If you want your channel to be comedy, then do comedy. I mean, they got comedy acts on YouTube. I mean, I see them all the time. I go to YouTube channels and watch little comedy shows that they have on YouTube. If you wanted to be about fishing, or you want whatever you wanted to be about, be straight up about what you want to be about. Everything ain't always. You got to understand, when you bringing people to your channel, people come to your channel for a reason. A lot of times when you talking about a sport, people coming to your channel to get knowledge about that sport. They want to know what's going on in the sport. They want to know how this person is doing, or how that person is doing, or who. If you're talking about boxing, they want to know what's the next big event, or how you feel about a certain fight, or how you feel about a certain situation. They don't want you up here spreading a bunch of lies, because a lot of times these people that watch YouTube that don't really know about boxing, but they come to YouTube to find out what's going on in boxing, they go back to their folks and talk about what we talk about. And if you're giving them a bunch of lies, their friends gonna be like, "Oh man, you lying! I just saw it the other day that this they didn't even go down like that."
Hey.
And then now they looking at you like, "Man, I got the story from you, and you lied to me." I'm going back telling my friends what's going on, and it's a big old lie.
That's why when somebody goes, "Did you hear about this? Did you hear about that?" Or how did you not hear about it and you're in the boxing game? Listen, I'm not gonna tell you I heard about something and I didn't hear about it. I leave it alone. You're not gonna bait me into saying, yeah, I heard. And I heard that they was trying to set it up for November. Or I heard they in talks. Or I heard he was involved in this situation. She was involved in that situation. You ain't baiting me into saying something. You just not gonna do it, bro. You're not gonna do it. Yeah, that you can make being monetized. Oh, AB word?
Let me know.
Oh, definitely let me know, AB. Hey, I gotta send him my is AB on Instagram, ain't he? I gotta send him my email.
AB, I believe he is on Instagram, if I'm not mistaken. I believe he is.
I gotta send him my email because he be knowing a lot of DP Rocker, my brother. What's up, DP? I ain't seen you in a minute. What up, OG? But yeah, what are you basing your channel off? What are you doing? Because becoming a content creator and just deciding to get on you. Let me tell you something. Just decide to get on social media alone is a challenge. Okay, that's the challenge alone. Amazon's and sign up for the free. All right, got you. That's a challenge alone. So for us to be able to sit here, the amount of years that we've been doing it, and some of the arguments we done got into, some of the what debates or disagreements or whatever, all that is a lot. Especially when you keep debating and going off about with the same thing every day, it becomes annoying. But it wasn't enough for us to walk away and say, you know what, I don't want to do it no more. Word of the day is to challenge yourself, man. And before
Yeah.
we can be out here trying to challenge other people, put the
So
little
you
box.
got to understand, like when
Okay,
you talk about this content creator, there's a lot that come with this. There's a lot that come with it
so
because
free. Can you explain to me what's the criteria of a content creator for these ones who don't know, or for the ones who's thinking about becoming one?
the criteria of a content creator is basically what the title say. You create content. You don't regurgitate what you heard somebody else say. You create content. That's why you call it a content creator. You create content. You go and you think of something that you want to speak about and you do a show about it or you do a video about it. So if it's about 135-pound division, you could talk about the top 10 fighters in a 135-pound division, or you could talk about possible best matchups in a 135-pound division, or you could talk about the champions in a 135-pound division. Whatever it is that you're talking about, if you talking about fishing, what's the best rod? What's the best tackle box? What's the best location? Talking about food, you come up with a recipe that you want to present for your audience to see how to make it. Basically, whatever it is, you create the content. You don't go and use somebody else's content and make it your own. You create your own content. That's why it's called a content creator.
Without being monetized, just do my links and yeah, yeah, it be yeah, it's a lot, ladies and gentlemen. It's a lot, but there shouldn't it shouldn't be hard knowing what it is that you want to do once you decide I want to be a content creator. But do you want to be for your reasons or somebody else? Because you watch everybody else do it and go, I can do it too. Can you do it on your own, or are you going to try to copy somebody else's style? Take what they say and then go on your show and act like you said it.
Like I give you a perfect example of two of the best content creators I believe on YouTube. Two of the best that I believe. I mean, there's a lot of good content creators, but I think two of the best content creators on YouTube that I've paid attention to is BFTB and Knockout. They're two of the best content creators because they come up with their own. Like BF comes up with his own content every single day, and Knockout does the same thing. But those are two of the best content creators on YouTube because 9 times out of 10, they're not talking about what everybody else is talking about. Like Knockout, his channel is about boxing, and he talks about all boxing, not just the guys that we know and like. He talks about everybody in the sport of boxing. He talks about the lightweights that people don't pay attention to, like the bantamweights and the flyweights. And he gives you picks at the end of the week. You got fight week. He gives you picks that you can place a bet on, or you yeah, you can place a bet on. BF come up with different content every single day. Not only does he do a live stream, but he do morning topics. So I mean, that's what when I look at content creators, those are guys that I look at as how to become a good content creator, because they don't talk about what everybody else is talking about. They have their own content. I see a lot of people talking about the same exact stuff, and a lot of times they're talking about what somebody else is talking about, and
Yeah.
they're using their own their some of their same topics, and they putting it into their live streams. Well, you just got that from him. You're not talking about something that you thought up on your own. You're talking about what he's talking about. You're just trying to make it your own.
You say you waiting
Oh
for the
yeah,
cookie.
yeah. I'm thinking about doing a live show. The only thing is when I'm doing a live show for cooking, I have to figure out something that I can do that's fairly quick, because I don't want to do something that's going to take a couple of hours to do. I want to do something that's fairly quick. But I'm thinking about doing a live show, but I need to get back to doing more videos for my cooking show. I haven't done no videos for my cooking show in a while. It's been months since I did videos for that. But yeah, I'm get back to doing that. It just I've been so busy dealing with the NFL now and dealing with my new position with my company. I've been so busy, so I haven't been having the time to do any videos or any live shows for my cooking channel. But I'm make some time. I just got to manage my time a little bit better.
That's why when I started doing the morning chop ups, I said, you know what? I got to talk about shit that is outside of boxing. So when I say chop up, it's a whole mixture of different things. I had to start to think about that and go, how could you separate yourself from everybody else? Not trying to be perfect.
Yeah,
How do
yeah,
you
D Hall.
separate yourself from everybody else?
Yeah, D Hall.
And
And
that's what I started doing. That's why the morning chop ups became very important to me. Like this week for Throwback Thursday. Now, we never got to talk about Sonny Liston. We were supposed to do it. Something happened. So I'm sitting here thinking, all right, I need to come up with a dope Throwback Thursday. So now, Freak, check this out. This is where I'm gonna mess everybody heads up. So now, not only we're gonna do Sonny Liston Thursday morning, but we're gonna come back at 6:15 later on that day to do Jack Johnson.
how about I throw a monkey wrench into your Sunny listening throwback.
Okay.
How about you do Throwback Thursday, Sunny Liston versus Muhammad Ali?
I never got to talk about Muhammad Ali. That's crazy. I noticed that I never got to do that. Um, well, I could go change my thumbnail and go put a picture of him, Muhammad Ali, on there and just do that. Yeah, all right. Well, we'll do that then. We'll do that. We'll do that. We'll do that. We'll do that. I'll
Because
change the thumbnail.
I know we talk about fighters and things like that.
No, we can do
But
that.
no. I'm just saying. I know we talk about fighters, but how about we just mix it up a little bit and we do throwback matches where it was a matchup that happened from back in the day that was an iconic
But
matchup.
I think one time I was doing that, and I don't know what happened. Why I slowed down with doing it. I just got interested in doing just one fight, but no, we can bring that back because I actually think I did that in the beginning, and I don't know what happened. I don't know where I went wrong, or I just stopped paying attention to it. But yeah, we can do that. We definitely can
Because
do that.
we could still talk about the two individuals that was involved in the matchup, but I
Of
think
course.
a lot more people they know more about matchups than they do about the individual. So
Yeah, yeah,
especially from
yeah,
back
yeah,
in
yeah,
back
yeah.
in the day, they know more about the matchups.
Because and then the fun part of the show is when I say, what if they were fighting today at the young age they were? Where would they be ranked and all that? It always gets interesting because if you think about it, you like, shit, who the hell want to fight Sonny Liston, a guy who was actually pulling guns out?
I
He
mean,
was.
actually, if you think about it, in this day and age, Sonny Liston Sonny Liston wouldn't be fighting at heavyweight. Sonny Liston would be fighting at, he'd have been fighting at light heavyweight because Sonny Liston was like 175 pounds fighting at heavyweight.
Which was crazy. You won't see guys do that today. You won't see guys do that today.
He wouldn't even be fighting at heavyweight. If he was fighting at 175 pounds.
Entertaining. That's something I have learned. Yeah, you have to make it entertaining. D Hall.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. D Hall was correct. I mean, it got to be creative and entertaining, and that's why I said BF is one of the best content creators that I've seen on YouTube because a lot of his stuff is creative and it's entertaining. Mostly everything he put out is a couple of things that you might say, okay, that wasn't all that entertaining, but it all depends on what you're looking for.
Well. My thing is this: as long as I'm entertained by it, and the people who enjoy it, because you're not gonna please everybody. You know, you got people that go, "Yo, your last 2-3 videos been kind of like out the ordinary," and it's like, okay, I can't please everybody, but because number one, you have to be pleased with your work before anybody else is, right? I have a thing about putting out stuff that I'm not happy with, but you might tell me there's nothing wrong with it. But if I'm not happy with it, I can't put it out.
Yeah, no, you're the biggest critic to your own work.
Yeah.
You're the biggest critic.
Yeah.
So even though people might say, "Oh yeah, I like that." Yeah, you like that, but how many other people gonna like that? I don't think I'm gonna get a big crowd of people to like this content, so let me tweak it and make it a little bit better. Even though you might like it, I'm not saying that you got bad taste or anything. You might like what I created right there, but I think I can make it better where more people will like it.
Yeah, I always try to think about pleasing the people, you know, but not pleasing, but you know, some of my people who are real supporters. I try to always think about y'all as much as I can, and this is why I say the morning chop ups became important. Because if you noticed, I went from talking about boxing to a kid getting bullied in school and mental health. And I remember when Mrs. Freed went through what she went through, and we were talking about what's the signs of having a stroke. Now, that probably would have threw some people off because now when you look at the views, people go, well, I guess people didn't really want to hear that, McLean, because you could tell by your views. And I go, well, I don't give a shit what they wanted to hear. That was an important topic to have because people don't know the signs of having a stroke. Some people don't know the signs of somebody having a heart attack. They won't even know. They just go, I don't know what's wrong with them. I don't know what's wrong with her.
And
that was important.
Like I explained in that live that we did. Me and my wife both thought something different for the signs of stroke. That's why we didn't know that she was having one, because they always say stroke usually hits you a certain way. Well, it hit her totally opposite of what they say it usually hits you as. So
yeah,
that's why it's always good to hear when you're talking about things like that, because we people like us are getting up in age. So things like that are a little more common around our age bracket than it is for the younger generation.
Yeah. So when I had that topic, somebody said, well, what made you? I said, well, if you listened to the show that day, you would have know why we had that topic. It was important to have that. And I would have did that for anybody. It had nothing to do with me just doing it because it was your wife. I would have did it for anybody. Underrated, I see you out there. Y'all make sure I go subscribe to Underrated Darkness. These topics is important. When I speak about bullying, suicide, mental health, these type of things are important. They are very important. There's no such thing as that because I speak boxing, that's all I'm supposed to speak about. I tell people, with me, you're going to get the boxing. Don't get it twisted. You look at my channel, you look at my Instagram. from amateur boxing to pro boxing. You're going to get that work. You're going to get it. To y'all, it might not be the best work, but to me, I'm challenging myself every time I do it. Me getting outside of boxing, talking about other stuff is a challenge. Because then people come up and they go, well, I thought this channel was based on boxing. This channel is based on whatever I say it's based on. Yes, you're going to get the boxing. Will you get it 24/7? Not really. Not really. Especially in the mornings. The morning chop-ups is very important for that person who gets up in the morning and feel like there's no hope. They have nothing left in life. They're depressed. They're going through whatever they're going through. And they need to get up maybe and find something that gives them some motivation. Praying is always a motivation. It's one of the biggest motivations is praying. Praying is always. I do it every day. I do it in the morning. I do it before I go to bed. I always pray. I mean, I actually pray. I don't even pray in my mind. I actually do a prayer. And that's what helped me get through life. Forget just getting me through the day. But the chop-ups, the morning chop-ups is something very important. I had a coach say to me yesterday, and I appreciate when I get my flowers from coaches, but he says, your channel is very different from everybody else's. I went through a lot of channels and I hear people just talking the same thing, but with you it's a little different. And me, I'm never trying to be perfect because I can't be perfect. There's a lot of channels out there that are some damn good channels. I can only know how to be me. Underrated only knows how to be him. Crush knows how to be him. D-Free, we all can be us, and we all are unique and talented in our own ways. And the crazy thing is we all can have our own channels, come together and be great. So we great together and we're great separate. So that's what makes us talented and special the way we are. We are all great in our own ways. And that's what I love about it. But like my brother Free said, that's the criteria of being a content creator. You're going to have to challenge yourself before you talk about coming to play with when you talk about coming to stomp with the big dogs, it's different. Because everybody on here, it seems like it's like a competition thing. And I always say I never got involved in YouTube to be for competition. Competition is the last thing that I think about. There's no competition for me. And that does not mean my channel is better than, no. Which means that I don't entertain competition. So when I say there's no competition for me, some people in their mind and go, I'm the best channel that's out there. Ain't no competition for me. There's no competition for me because I'm not competing with none of y'all. I'm not racing for no #1 spot. I'm not. And I ain't knocking nobody if they are, but I'm not racing that. I don't give a shit about that. I don't care nothing about being #1. We're not going to get into debates about who's the best channel. We're not doing that. Because we all are special in our own way. We all bring something different to the table. Yeah, some channels might be better than others, but we all got one goal, and it's to be successful in this YouTube. That's it, to be successful and put the best content that we can put out. Now, you already know if you're putting out a bunch of false content, you already know that's going to catch up to you. If you're out here just running your mouth saying whatever, you know it's going to catch up to you. It's going to catch up to you. I mean, if you're somebody who never come outside, then you don't have nothing to worry about. But if you know if you do, it's going to catch up to you. The word of the day is to challenge yourself. And whatever it is that you do, go be great. You don't need 20 or 30 people with you to go be great. Go be great. You was born by yourself. Go be great. Whatever it is you want to do. Just know what you're doing and know why you're doing it. What purpose do you serve doing it? What am I going to get out of it? If I do it the right way, and even if you do things the right way, you're still gonna have people dislike you because people just find reasons to dislike you. That's just how the world is. You could have never did anything to nobody, and they just don't like you the way you wear your glasses. They don't like the way you wear your hat. They don't like the way you chew your food. That's just how it is. Coach told me, your haters are your biggest supporters. But then somebody will turn around and go, why am I hating on you? I have no reason. Well, if you saying my name and you're doing this and why, that's because I don't like you. Okay, cool. You're a hater. Some of y'all don't even know when you're being a hater. Ain't that crazy, Free? Somebody will tell you all day, I don't hate you, D Free. I ain't hating on you. But every time I turn around, you got something negative to say about me, or my name is coming out your mouth. That makes you a hater. I'm not a hater. I just dislike you. Bruh, you are a hater if you have to keep mentioning my name or keep talking negative towards me. That makes you a hater. Some of y'all don't even have enough common sense to know when you hating, when you being a hater.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I'm not hating on you. You ain't got nothing. What am I hating on? Okay. That's when you got to just tell people, you know what? You won the argument. You won the debate. I ain't going back and forth with you. You won. My bad. You right. What is there to hate on? You right. Who am I? But every time you turn around, they're sneak dissing. Y'all got to get it together, baby. Get it together. Go off and be great. Challenge yourself. Because I promise you, D Free, and this is for everybody who's watching, I ain't competing with nobody on this YouTube shit. So when I say it ain't no competition, I mean I'm not competing. Some people will take that wrong, right? Free, they'll take that wrong and go, hey, Snoop Doug Zone dude said it ain't no competition out here for him, and he's the best YouTube channel. I wish you would go fix your mouth to go say that. I wish y'all would fix your mouth to go say that. No, sir. I ain't competing with nobody. I don't give a, I could care less how many subscribers you got. No, sir. No, ma'am. Not competing. I'm going to continue to challenge myself and continue to be great and not worrying about how many subscribers other people got on their channels or what they talk about. I can care less because those channels ain't doing nothing for my channel. I care less. I'm going to be great on my own. Free, what's the deal, man?
Redoing the hotel. It's going to be on
Uh-oh.
White Plains. It's going to be on White Plains now.
Oh, man, what happened, man? You found out they got mice and roaches?
No, it just didn't like what I saw. I mean, it didn't take my white card. I said it didn't like what I saw. It didn't take my white card, so I'm doing it under my name. I mean, under my card.
Man, you don't tell them that. If you don't tell them that you the law and you going to write them up from insubordination, crazy, they don't know who you are.
Say that again?
Man, they don't know who you are. You better tell them I'm the law around here. You gonna write them up in subordination, man. You the law around here. What's wrong with them?
Shut up, stupid.
Crazy? You the law, man. They crazy. They supposed to give you the room with the jacuzzi in it and all that. What's the matter with them? I can't be treating my man Free like that. Y'all crazy, man. Not Free. Not my man D Free. But shouts to y'all. Good morning to everybody, man. Man, smash that like button, y'all. But that's what we got going on this week, Throwback Thursday. We're gonna talk about Sonny Liston versus Muhammad Ali. So steady, just Sonny Liston. So if y'all see that up on my thumbnail, I'm gonna change that thumbnail as soon as I finish doing what I'm doing. So yeah, more than welcome. So Free. Should we still stay on the Jack Johnson later on that day?
Say that again?
So should we stay on Jack Johnson? I'm doing Jack Johnson later on that day.
That's fine.
He's in a class of his own. Jack was in the class of his own. So y'all make sure y'all come through here Thursday for that. That's gonna be epic. I got 15 more minutes. I need to make 2 hours, and then I'll respectfully go on about my business.
Oh,
Free, is there anything?
Terrytown. I ain't been to Terrytown in a minute.
Oh, when's the last time I went through Terrytown? I think when I was going to Poughkeepsie. Yeah,
I
when I
went to
was going to
Terrytown.
Poughkeepsie.
I went last time I went to Terrytown. I went to a bar.
Yeah, Terrytown. I will go through that when I get on the train to go to Poughkeepsie. Yeah. Um, one of my homies had moved some years back. I don't know if he's still there. I haven't seen him, but I remember he moved to Terrytown, and he was like, "Dog, everything closed too early for me." I said, "Yeah, that ain't you ain't in the city." Like
Yeah.
for anybody who ain't never been in New York, I'm gonna just explain something to you. When you come to New York, right, you got to know there's New York City, and there's New York State. Just got to let y'all know that. So you can't be in Terrytown and be like, "Yo, I'm in New York City." Yeah, that ain't the city. Just giving y'all a heads up for the people who don't know. You can't treat like upstate as if you're in the boroughs. Just giving y'all a heads up for the ones who don't know. Yo, free. But what's up? Other than that, man, what you got? You got anything else you want to drop? I mean, we got 15 more minutes on here. We chilling, man. Well, actually, no, we got 13 more minutes to be exact. Yeah. What you got coming up though, man? That's what I want to know for the channel, man. What you got going on?
We back at it today with the football at 6:30. Me and Del
Okay, I
Rice.
seen that.
I got. Matter of fact, I gotta do my thumbnail. I ain't do my thumbnail for that yet. But yeah, we back at it today.
Okay. You said 6:30. That'll be you, Thomas, and who else?
Well, Thomas not gonna be on there. It'll be me and Doug. I be trying to get Thomas up there, but Thomas be getting off of work right around that time, so he be on the train.
Oh, okay. We're about to go kidnap him from his job. We're gonna tell him, yo, Thomas, you can't go to work no more there, bro. We're gonna start
Yeah.
letting him know you can't go to work there no more, man. You working too hard. Shout out to my man TD Sports Talk, man. Y'all go subscribe to TD Sports Talk, my man Thomas, man. I don't get up with him. And go subscribe also to my brother Jose. Tell us about that boxing. Make sure, and that again, that is Jose, right? Tell us about that boxing. He's on Instagram. Go follow him on there. My brother Underrated, Crush, D Free, BBO. Everybody that you know that's out there pushing the channel, go get up with them, man. They got great content. Um, y'all might have to get up with my brother Jose. Tell us about that boxing. Maybe you and BBO need to get him over there. He has a great story. Um, and when I mean he has a great story, his story is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So
I mean,
yeah, when y'all can, I want y'all to definitely get up with him.
yeah, yeah, we could do that. That's not a problem. Not a
Oh shit! Now,
problem.
now, 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 now. Great minds think alike. Now I know I wasn't talking boxing, y'all. Where D Free at? Oh, I'll wait for him to come back.
Oh, all right. I can hear you. I can hear you.
Great minds think alike. And I don't want to take credit for this, but I had been thinking about this at one time. And I usually don't do boxing talk on morning on the chop ups, but I've just read something that I thought about, right?
Yeah.
So Shakur said this, right? He said the biggest stadium in New York, MetLife, that's where we have to fight. He's talking about him and Tank. That would be crazy. That would be
Him
crazy.
and
And
him and Tank.
I thought about that, right? Because I said that fight has New York written all over it. You got a kid from Newark, New Jersey, and then you got another one from Baltimore, Maryland. That has East Coast written all over it. But yeah, that's what he was talking about. But to do that in MetLife, I mean, shit. I mean, MetLife ain't no small place.
Yeah, they definitely doing it in the summer. I can tell you that.
Of course they damn doing it in the summer. You think I'd have went to the fight
Niggas
this past Saturday if that shit would have been in November? I
putting
think
that
not,
putting that joint in MetLife middle of December. Niggas be in that
dog.
joint in Eddie Bowers and North Face and
Dog, not me, because I'm not even doing the football game in that. I told him I'm only doing the football game between August and September. Anything after that is quiet. It's quiet.
man.
Unless
I'm gonna tell you
it's
like this.
quiet.
If they do it in December, if I'm going, I'm wearing a dag going London London
Yeah.
fog.
You'll be going, hey, listen, you'll be going by yourself. Cause I'm not going in no December. It ain't happening. I don't care how much of a big fight it is. But I look like have to sit out there with a cup of Roman noodles in my hand or drinking hot cocoa. I'll sit home and do that. Hell no. No sir. But it's funny
I'm
he mentioned that because I was sitting there saying to myself, I said MetLife, and then I was like, nah, not MetLife. Maybe the Garden or something. But MetLife is cool. But like you said, that would have to be summer. But that's just a fantasy right now because we gotta wait and see that's what happens. That's why I don't even drag that topic no more. I'm like, everybody just wait and see what happens, man. Because other than that, we just gonna drive ourselves crazy. I don't want to be
I,
out there. I don't want to be driving myself crazy, and then when it don't happen, now we explaining why it didn't happen.
that's why.
I don't want to be doing that because I hate to have to explain why it ain't happening. But it's all
This
good.
is the reason why it didn't
But
go.
yeah, we got some interesting things.
Now we
We got some interesting
why
things
it didn't
coming
go.
up, man. Y'all just tune in, man. Um, this Saturday, I'll be with my brother Coach CJ and his cookout. So expect to see me probably make some shorts on YouTube. Um, there's some sparring going on. Excuse me, not sparring. There's a
Purple.
opening for a new gym in New
You
York,
gonna get done?
in Brooklyn, Bushbox, located on 1414 DeKalb Avenue. Anybody's familiar with that in New York, pull up this Saturday, 12 p.m. to Bushbox
Thomas, I
Boxing
mean,
Gym.
Clarence, did you get accepted when you did your sparring matchup in Brooklyn last weekend for the undercard of Canelo Alvarez?
I wasn't going to that shit. Wait, wait a minute, you said Canelo Alvarez?
Yeah, remember Turkey put on the sparring. He had the audition for the sparring matchup.
That
Whoever
was yeah. That no, I didn't even go to that. Why would I go to that? That was the day of the Amanda and Katie. Hell no, I wasn't going to that. And they
I
said,
thought you was gonna try to be on the undercard of Canelo and Bud.
I mean, you know what? If they would have organized it, that thing wasn't even organized from what I heard. I heard that from a lot of people that it was a lot of confusion and it wasn't organized the way it should have been. I don't know, but I wasn't going to that because that was the day of the fight. I said, hell no. I probably would have, but I don't like going nowhere when there's confusion. If there's confusion, I can't be there.
Uh,
Um, but it was dope though that they did it. They are trying to give these guys one thing I can't complain about is that they're trying their best to give a lot of these fighters opportunities. We might not like exactly how they do things, but they are trying to give a lot of these fighters opportunities. But these fighters, they got to take advantage of the moment. Um, shout outs to everybody who went out there. Now I'm gonna tell you this though, the joint that Jake did at Amanda's immediate workout was cool, giving them girls an opportunity to fight for a contract with him. That was super dope. That was dope. That was super dope, man. I've never seen that at a media workout. We got to see a real fight at a media workout. That was crazy. That was crazy.
mm,
So Shout outs to him for doing that, man. I can't be mad at business, man. He's challenging himself. He walked in challenging himself, man. You know, I always say we don't like have to like who he fights, and I know people want him to challenge himself in real fights. But as far as how he does his business, I respect what he, you know, he's challenging himself. You know, and I just can't be mad at the dude for it, man.
Yeah.
He's doing great.
I was trying to go down there and audition, but Floyd wouldn't spar me. I was trying to get me and him on the undercard. Floyd wouldn't
Oh,
spar me.
here this dude go, baby. When are you gonna stop?
I know Turkey would have gave me the 5 mil I was looking to fight Floyd. I know
I
he would have
don't
gave me the
know if he
5 mil.
I don't know if he would have gave you that.
To have the fight Floyd, Turkey would have gave me 5. He was
I
gonna
don't
give
know.
T.O. 11.
I don't
And
know because
my name is bigger than T.O.'s, and Floyd's name is bigger than everybody else in the sport of boxing.
I don't know, man. Floyd might have an issue because I know what he sure been taking jabs at Roy Jones, though. I tell you that we might have a whole new fight.
Floyd versus Roy Jones.
I don't know, man. They've been, you know, he done had some things to say. And Roy been responding. Then Floyd came
No,
back and responded. I said, "Come on now, what we doing now? What are we doing?
Floyd
Knock
get
it
in there
off."
with Floyd get in there with Roy Jones. He might get stopped.
He said he might get stopped.
He might get stopped messing with Roy Jones.
Hey, if we gonna entertain any type of boxing, and you telling me that those two will get ready, and Roy already be talking about, yeah, I still can, shit, make it happen, make it happen. I ain't gonna lie, younger days, boy, they was some bad boys though. Roy fought at 47, right? What did Roy come in as? I gotta think. What did Roy come in as? I don't remember what he came in as. That would be good though. That would have been a hell of a scrap in his times. What we got? 3 minutes. Yeah, y'all. Today Tuesday. I might come back today, y'all, to come kick it again, or I might just wait. I have to think about what I'm gonna come back and talk about. Man, matter of fact, it's fight week. I might come back to talk about Sebastian Vendora and Tim Zoo again. Um, so I think that's what I'm gonna do. Um, and then we got Daniel Dubois and Usyk. Matter of fact, I'll come back with Daniel Dubois and Usyk. That's what we'll do. We'll get that going, and then I'll probably come for Tim Zoo and Tim Zoo and Sebastian tomorrow. And then Thursday, you know what's happening. Um, of course, we got Shoo next week. Make sure y'all join me. The 22nd next Tuesday. Next Tuesday is on. It's fight week next week with our brothers Xander and Shushu, and I'm gonna have, you know, probably both of them. I'm gonna be talking about. Make sure y'all tune in. You know, 667 East 34th in Brooklyn, Flatbush. Pull up. You know, if you're anywhere in the city, if you just so happen to be visiting New York or you're making your way, come on down. Cops and Kids. Shoe York City will be in the building. Shout out to him. Shout out to his pops. Shout out to Xander. I'm sure Xander, I don't know if he'll have a media workout where he'll do his. Usually he'll do his in the middle of the Bronx on Jackson Avenue. If any of y'all are familiar with over there, he would do it over there. So we're gonna sit back and hopefully if he does that, that would be some great content to get. But yeah, y'all just like I said, the word of the day is to challenge yourselves, man. Challenge yourself at all times, no matter what it is. Before you go challenging other people, right? Questioning them and challenge yourself. It's the best thing you can do. I try to do that every day. Challenging myself is a challenge, but I know I got a job to do, and I'm gonna make sure I do it to the fullest. So look, I love y'all. Make sure y'all hit that like button, man. Everybody have a safe day out there. Be blessed, man. And if I might come back a little later, check the thumbnail, check the channel. I might come back later, man. And if I do, like I said, y'all know what we gonna talk about. We gonna get into that good old boxing when I get back. Love y'all. Y'all know what it is. It's the No Duck Zone podcast. Let's go.